Hello, everybody. This is Tony, and I'm here to tell you all that Devilman Crybaby is autistic.
Yeah, it is pretty. I don't like it.
And that's the end of that episode. Tune in next time.
It's the end.
Today we're doing the finale.
Fine.
What?
Finn.
What? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Finn.
It sounds like you aren't okay.
Finn.
Sing?
Finn.
Hey, I feel like this episode actually is coming out after the election. So you want to... Yeah, because
Okay,
the election is in 6 days. So let's talk about who won. For real.
Yeah,
for real. Because we talked about this in one that came out like weeks ago. And but like,
Dude,
yeah.
It's such a disappointment, dude.
Really? I thought... I really liked the person who won.
No.
I liked that it was a majority or minority government.
No.
I don't know. I'll have to disagree with you.
Bernie actually fucking won, dude, by a landslide. It actually happened. We are now a libertarian society.
Yeah,
No,
it was almost unanimous. 100% of people voted for him.
Yeah, 100% is crazy.
Nobody even had to mess with the numbers this time. And everybody just loves the libertarians.
Yeah, no Russian involvement, no Ukrainian schools. Joe Biden doesn't exist.
The libertarians didn't even do anything.
Yeah, they just got rid of a bunch of government regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the market decide.
And now the government doesn't do anything, and the free market reigns supreme.
Exactly.
And now, life is good.
Because people with money should decide everything.
Yeah.
Because poor people are stupid anyway, they're poor.
Well, people bad at handling resources shouldn't handle resources. You know what happened to Venezuela? Fucking, they gave oil to some fucking retard, and he just fucking destroyed everything. Their entire economy.
Yeah, I feel like Canada is very similar to Venezuela.
Anyways.
After Genji finished his late meal, he went out to do the nighttime rounds inside the mansion. So this is what Genji was doing. He was doing the nighttime rounds.
He ate go to soup. What the fuck?
He'd eaten some reheated soup that Goda had made, along with some random leftovers from the refrigerator. Those were all things Goda had made himself, and were, of course, delicious. Probably the last thing he ever made. He had half-heartedly gone to ask Rosa and the others what they would do for dinner, but he'd been yelled at by a voice telling him that the canned food they had would be enough, and the door wasn't even open for him. So, ironically, the servant Genji was able to eat a more delicious meal. But why was it that Genji wasn't afraid to do the rounds all by himself? Even though all of those crimes had been committed and many people had already met a brutal end. Judging by his appearance as he carried out his usual tasks without a trace of fear, as though everything was normal, you might think all of the horrible events that day had been no more than a dream or an illusion. Was he taking a philosophic view, or had he just accepted his fate? Genji must have considered it a virtue that, when the fate that awaited him was unavoidable, he'd carry out his duty systematically until the last moment. The depths of his heart would probably remain hidden for all eternity, unless he spoke of them himself. He had returned his master key to Rosa, so the places he could reach were extremely limited. All he could do was walk around the hallways, checking to make sure all the windows were closed. That probably made his rounds go a lot faster than usual. Well, who the hell would open a window in a fucking typhoon? All of them are closed, Genji. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Why is he outside?
You know, just don't question it. You know, why? Just go with the flow, dude. Like, why wouldn't he be outside? Why would someone go outside during a typhoon, you ask? What a stupid question. Obviously, you've never been outside in a typhoon.
At the sound of a reserved knock. Oh, this is you. This is Battler.
Aunt Rosa, who had been falling in a doze, jumped and woke up. Pointing the barrel of the gun at the door, she yelled. Who is it? I was napping on the sofa, and that voice also brought me back to reality. What?
Rosa, it is I, Genji.
Do you have some business? Don't worry about opening the door. Tell us from there.
Yes, ma'am. In that case, forgive me for speaking in this fashion. I have found Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa's corpses.
What did you say? I see. Very well, let's go check them. Until I see the corpses, I won't believe anyone. ...
It's okay, Dollar. If you stay with me, it'll definitely be okay.
Maybe my face seemed to be darkened with anxiety. Maria grabbed my hand with her small hand and smoked cigar and spoke softly, trying to give me courage. Since it was Aunt Rose's job to ready the gun and stand guard, it fell to me to remove the barricade of the sofas. When I finished, I took a backward glance at Aunt Rosa, who was pointing the barrel of the gun over my shoulder, almost as if she was pointing it at my head, but slightly to the right. But maybe it's just because she's cross-eyed, and opened the door. Genji, where are the corpses? Show me the body.
In the courtyard. I shall guide you. Oh, he probably saw them from the window then, because he was going around looking through all the windows.
Yeah, but that's not what the writing said. He just appeared outside.
Well, the writing, it said, it had him going looking at all the windows, and then it had him go, and then it teleported him outside, and then he said something. I forget what he said.
yeah, but if Genji's eliminated, then all I have as a suspect is Rosa, and she didn't do anything.
Rosa didn't.
She couldn't have done anything, so it was all Genji.
Okay, it's all Genji.
It's all Genji. Butler, wait. Just in case, let's check the doors and windows of this room. Wait a second. Fucking wait, fucker. Aunt Rosa called me to halt to prevent me from going on ahead and began to carefully check the locks on each of the windows. But those locks had already been checked once. It felt kind of unpleasant, as though she suspected that I might have secretly unlocked them when she wasn't looking. No, maybe Aunt Rosa was right to be this cautious. Or maybe she was dead wrong. Dun dun dun. Though it was called a courtyard, it wasn't really a pretty place you could take a walk in like the Rose Garden. On the contrary, since it was surrounded by the mansion on all sides, it made you feel a little uncomfortable, as though it was telling you that there would be no escape from this mansion no matter where you tried to run. On the other hand, that meant that even though we could still hear the violent winds, the wind itself was blocked. Genji held out an umbrella, but Aunt Rosa ignored him. She was probably hinting that the gun took two hands and it would be dangerous if she took the umbrella. So she got all fucking wet and hot. We didn't need Genji pointing for us to notice. Right in the center of the courtyard, we could see where Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa lay. Aunt Rosa entered. For some reason I thought it was Aunt Ava, and I was like, I got really confused.
She's been dead for a little bit.
A little while, yeah. Aunt Rosa entered the courtyard without even opening an umbrella. So Genji and I also entered the courtyard without opening one for some reason. I don't know why we're all getting wet. We just are. Only Maria opened hers because she actually has some common sense. Maria, is this You know what?
Ooh. It's the 7th and 8th Twilights.
New tips.
New tips. tips. Hey, I can actually see them now.
Awesome. So it's probably... okay.
Wait, no, I can't.
Oh, no.
Wait, who died? Who died?
It's
Who died?
Nanjo and Kumasawa.
Oh, yeah, I do see
They were already red, but they updated.
Yeah.
Family Dr. Nanjo. His corpse, which had gone missing, was later found in the courtyard. At that time, it had a weapon shaped like a stake rammed into its knee. With this, the 7th Twilight is finished. Her corpse, which had gone missing, was later found in the courtyard. This is Kumasawa. At that time, it had a weapon shaped like a stake rammed into its ankle. With this, even the 8th Twilight is finished.
So, that means that that you can do a reverse order.
Mm-hmm.
You can kill them and then gouge whatever the fuck you're supposed to gouge. I think we probably already knew that, but I was just like, reiterating. Anyways, I see. Certainly, just as Genji and the others said, there are horrible wounds on their necks. The cuts are quite sharp, almost as though they were sliced with a katana or something. Those gaping wounds on their necks definitely made me want to avert my eyes. But after seeing the Halloween party in the chapel, even though they looked so horrible, they were no longer enough to make me feel sick. I've grown numb. More importantly, our gazes fell to their legs, to Dr. Nanjo's knee, to Kumasawa's ankle. Driven into each of them was something like a knife or a stake with a demonic design. They must have been the same as the thing that had pierced Jessica's back. What is this? It's just like what happened to Jessica. Is this supposed to be some kind of occult ceremony, I wonder?
I do not know. The last time I saw their bodies, there was nothing like these. Maybe it was done after they were carried out of the servant room.
The one stuck into Dr. Nando's knee was still standing erect, just like Dr. Nando's penis. Wait a second, he's still alive. But the one that had been thrust into Kumasawa's ankle might have been a little shallower. It had come out and fallen over. So by looking at the one that had fallen over for the first time, I realized that it wasn't a knife, but something like a stake. Steak. Its full length was probably around 30 centimeters. Holy shit, that's long as fuck. It was probably made out of bronze or iron or something of the sort. Maybe even water. Without even touching it. Even without touching it, I could tell it had some weight to it. It was composed of a grip and cone-shaped part, and it was obviously made to be a piercing dildo weapon. Maybe it was like a miniature version of those lances Western knights use on horseback. The spiral-shaped ditches in it made it also look like a small drill. However, the grip had an occult design made it modeled off a demon or something. So instead of a weapon used in war, it felt like something that would be used in a ceremony to offer up living sacrifices. Wait a second, Kinzo hasn't died yet.
Nope.
I completely forgot about Kinzo.
Well, he hasn't shown up since Shannon was writing the will for him and Genji was there, which was quite a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Well, it was the first one we read on Sunday.
last time.
Yeah.
There's no mistake. They're meant to be sacrifices. On the 7th Twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th Twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Wait a sec. That means they've left out on the 4th, 5th, and 6th Twilights. Could it be? Of course. Why is Genji alone? If something like this has happened, why aren't George, Goda, and Shannon here? Why was Genji alone? What's going on? Where did George and the other two go?
They said they wanted to search for something in Madame Natsui's room and they left. They have not returned yet.
What did you say? You said they left, but when was that?
2 or 3 hours ago, I believe.
No way. Why didn't you tell us something that... Wait, no. Why didn't you think that was suspicious?
There must be at least one servant on standby at all times. It was my duty to wait for orders until they returned.
Genji, you're fucking retarded. Was Genji really this much of a fucking robot? This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. Dr. Ninja and Kumasawa were killed like this, which means that 3 people have already been killed. We ran towards Natsui's room with a touch of anxiety and just as much resignation. Before we even saw the inside of Aunt Natsu's room, we were forced to resign ourselves to a certain fact. On the door was a bizarre scribble. No, filth? Someone took a shit on the fucking door. Anyway, the room wasn't in any ordinary state, and without even opening the door, we could imagine what we'd find inside. More shit. On the face of the door, how should I say it? Handprints done heavily with the same red paint as the magic circles from before. Had banged on the door, scratched at it, dirtied it. It looked like the aftermath of a kindergartner playing in the mud, or taking a shit in her hand and smearing it on the wall. I didn't know what it could mean. The brighter red paint of shit that has blood mixed in it that had been slathered with was dripping down. And even though no one said it, it made us think of shit mixed with blood. Genji, please open it. Aunt Rosa held her gun up high and ordered Genji to open the door. Genji approached it without seeming particularly troubled by that shit on it, and turned the knob with his hand and his mouth, but immediately turned around, shaking his head. It was locked again. No.
Yep.
At that moment, there was only one person in this mansion who could lock and unlock doors at will. Aunt Rosa. But she had not been anywhere near here all the time.
Well, that's because Beatrice locked it with magic.
No, it's because Kinzo left his room.
Maybe.
This time, Genji asked Aunt Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. It's a reverse role, and he probably felt so emasculated as a servant. It's like getting his dick cut off. After frowning slightly for a second, Aunt Rosa handed me a master key and told me to open the door, unless Genji was just faking that it was locked. Butler, would you open it for me with this? Just trusting Genji with something like that wouldn't. Aunt Rosa glared at me intensely as she fucking put the gun into my mouth. Getting into a fight here would only make the mood turn even more sour. Like Sour Patch Kids, only shittier. Without talking back anymore, I approached that creepy door and tried the knob. It didn't open, so Genji was actually telling the truth there. It was definitely the resistance of the lock. I stuck the master key into the keyhole. Clunk. There was a slight resistance. Aunt Rosa told me to be on my guard, and I opened the door without really regarding myself in any way, and then I got fucking stabbed and shot in the back of the head. And then, there's a scene laid out before us that didn't betray my expectations at all. Oh, horrible.
Oh, we got more tips.
More tips.
More tips.
More tips. Tips. I'll read George.
Yes.
Died in Natsu's room with his stomach pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the sixth twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. It was possible that they would have ended up as the second twilight.
Servant Shannon died in Natsui's room with her forehead pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the fourth twilight, gouge the head and kill. She spent her last moments with her beloved. Servant Goda died in Natsui's room with his chest pierced by a weapon shaped like a stake. At the fifth twilight, gouge the chest and kill. The cook was cooked.
As though it's a reproduction of the fourth, fifth, and sixth twilight. As I thought, it's a reproduction of the fourth, fifth, and sixth twilights. Ooh. The inside of the room looked as though a robber had just broken in. Drawers had been flung open, pulled out, and had their contents thrown about all over the place, leaving the room so cluttered you'd never believe it belonged to the methodical Natsui. But the very first thing that caught our eyes was Goda's corpse lying face down right in front of the door, right in the center of his chest, almost as though it had been stuck there to finish off a vampire. Was one of those demon stakes from before, exactly how far it could have reached after being stuck that deeply into his chest.
30 centimeters.
Wow, that's more than that. That's its entire length. Just imagining it would make anyone's chest hurt. Ah, my chest. My chest. Wasn't gouging the chest the fifth twilight? Ooh. Maria grabbed my hand. Her expression looked just like normal. Maybe she was really afraid of the aura in this room where 3 corpses lay. Maybe that's why she grabbed my hand. And along the wall farthest into the room, George lay dead. This time, one of those stakes had been rammed right into the center of his stomach. Wasn't gouging the stomach the sixth twilight? Shannon's corpse was face down in front of the dresser, lying in a sea of blood. Had she seen her own face at the end in that horribly broken mirror stained with blood? Because she was lying that way, I couldn't see her face, but I could guess even without seeing it. Nearby in the sea of blood she lay in, a demon stake had fallen. On the fourth twilight, only the fourth twilight was left. Gouged the head and kill. Maybe my heart was totally worn out and dead. Even though I knew it was wrong, I lifted her head and checked. And I confirmed that my guess had been right on the mark. Show us the picture. Show us the picture. There was a gaping hole in Shannon's head, and the insides were dripping out like brains all over the fucking floor. I'm telling you, it's fucking disgusting. Not only that, but you could even see it inside her. Maybe if I just, stick my finger.
Yeah, and then I started sticking my finger inside of it, and playing with it.
Maybe I'll just stick my dick in here really quick. After seeing that, I finally realized I was doing something wrong.
Finally.
I immediately averted my eyes, but by now it was probably pointless, because I already had my dick in her head. Balakun, you mustn't touch anything until the police come, you fucking retard. What do you think you're doing, touching it with your fucking dick? What will you do if our precious evidence on the scene gets disturbed by your cum? And Rosa got violently mad at me and even tugged me at the back of my collar. My dick came slopping out of her fucking head.
No.
I tottered limply and fell on my butt, gazing dimly up at the ceiling as I come. Maria. Ooh. With this, even the 8th twilight is over. What was the 9th twilight again? Something about fucking everyone dying? On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. Oh. I see. After this, the Golden Witch Beatrice will be revived. What then? On the final 10th twilight. On the 10th twilight, at journey's end, you shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasure, once and for the last time. Very soon the door to the Golden Land will be opened. Very soon. The witch shall be revived and none shall be left alive, huh? We're gonna die now? Or does this mean the ceremony of sacrifice is over, and that now, at journey's end, we'll reach the Golden Land? What is our journey? We've spent the whole day trying to find the culprit, spinning our heads as we tried to break out of the situation. And we haven't gotten anywhere. It's like they say, thinking stupid is no better than sleeping. That's right, we spent the whole day burning ourselves up with hatred and paranoia. We were so sure we could only trust the dead that we came all the way here just to confirm these 3 deaths with our own eyes. If we're like this, why should we be able to make our gold? Why should we be able to make it to the Golden Land? That's right. If we couldn't resolve any of our problems anyway, it would have been so much better if we'd locked ourselves up the whole time without thinking at all. Grandfather's the wisest of us. He's been shut up in his room since yesterday without any contact with anyone. That was the right decision. Grandfather was the most correct of us all.
It's okay, Butler. If you're with me, you'll be okay. The witch is very fickle. She's a terrifying being who might kill humans partly for fun sometimes, just because she feels like it. However, if you're with me, it'll be okay. Follow me, kid, so don't be afraid.
Thank you. Even though you just sang it to console me, I'm glad. Crying hurts. After Aunt Rosa finished investigating the corpses, she announced that she'd seal this room again, chased the rest of us out, stole back the master key she lent me, and locked the door again. Apparently, George had been holding the key to Aunt Natsu's room. She also collected that. Wait a sec. She got all the master keys on her person. If Natsu's own keys was locked up inside this room, doesn't that make it another closed room?
Unless
so
Rosa
what is
did
the
it.
4th closed room? What?
I said unless Rosa did it.
Unless Rosa did it, but she was not there. Ever. At any point in time. She was not there.
How do you know?
Because she was with the Battler the whole time. So, what is this 4th closed room? What the fuck? Now that the suspicion surrounding those 3 has been cleared, we return to the parlor once more. I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. If only the dead are innocent and everyone alive is a wolf, that leaves only me, Aunt Rosa, Maria, and Genji. And besides us, there's only grandfather in that 19th person. The guest we've seen no trace of, Beatrice. 13 people died and 6 are left. How would a wolves and sheep puzzle with only 6 people end? Even though a puzzle that started with 19 people has just been reduced to 6, I can't think of an answer. Well, strange. We returned to the parlor. I was a bit worried that, while we were gone, a creepy magic circle or something might have been drawn on the parlor door. But thankfully, we didn't find anything like that. Thank you, Genji. This is far enough. Please rest for the day.
Certainly. Then, please excuse me.
Hey, Aunt Rosa. Are you saying that you'll leave Genji all alone in a situation like this? That's right. I do think it's quite dangerous. But in that case, why is he safe? After those 3 headed to Natsui's room, he was alone the whole time. And if he's safe? It's a wolves and sheep puzzle. Why would a sheep be safe if it was all alone and therefore in its weakest possible position? Probably because, by coincidence, there weren't any wolves around. Wrong. It's because it wasn't a sheep. Are you saying that Genji's a wolf? He said he was alone in the kitchen, but that's impossible to prove. The only ones who could have carried Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa's corpses, who could have killed George and the rest, were him and Beatrice, right? Wait, without argument, anyone.
Battler, thank you for your concern. I believe trust is won not with 100 excuses, but with simple faithfulness. Even if I am not able to gain your trust, I wish to be faithful until the end.
Genji. Then we're decided. If you truly are innocent, the police will prove that for us when they come tomorrow. So until then, we cannot remove you from suspicion. After your long years of service, I find it truly painful to treat you so poorly. But please understand about tonight, and when tomorrow comes, please let us make up again. Genji gave his head a small shake. It's so small, just like a small brain.
Today and tomorrow, I will continue to be a servant of the Ushiromiya family. If you need anything, please say so at any time. Then, if you will excuse me.
Then he fucking disappeared. After hearing all of that, there was nothing left to say. Genji bowed deeply and left down the hall. Then we entered the room, only to find all the bodies of everyone killed so far in the room.
That would be a pretty
Even-
crazy
huh?
riddle.
That would be a crazy fucking riddle. Holy shit, dude. Well, I mean, that would only leave Kinzo.
Or
Or
Genji.
Beatrice. No, not Genji. Even though Aunt Rosa still held all the master keys herself, she thoroughly checked the inside of the parlor again. She opened the curtains and checked again to make sure the windows were locked. As I watched, how should I say it? I felt like it didn't really matter. If I said anything careless, it would turn into another fight. For a while, I gazed at her from the corridor. Figured I'd waited just about long enough and entered the parlor behind her. If she doesn't trust anyone but the dead, why doesn't she just go around killing everyone with the gun she's got in her hand? And then, in the end, she'll realize that she herself is a wolf. She can't just blast through the head of the final wolf and close the curtain on this insane murder drama.
Wow, what a great story.
Yeah. As I thought that bitterly, I returned to the sofa where I'd been camped before, rudely resting both of my feet on the table. When I tried to do that, I found something there and stopped moving my feet.
Is
It
it
was
is
the
it a
witch
fucking
Beatrice
envelope?
licking my shoes.
Is
What?
it a fucking envelope?
I swear to God. Oh my God! What is this? It's it's a fucking envelope. Right there, almost as though it had been addressed to me, was a Western envelope. It was that envelope from before with the seal of the one-winged eagle, and it was unopened. What? Wait. What is this? Who put it in a place like this and when? Until I went with everyone to check the corpses, I was sitting here the whole time. And there wasn't anything there then, and when I returned, it was here. It's okay. Everything's still locked up securely. This room is safe. I heard Rosa muttering that. Wait. Whoa. We made sure this room was safe when we left it. We checked that the windows were all perfectly locked. Then we locked it up, came back, and the windows were still locked. Then, wait, who put this letter here, and how? What the fuck? I opened the letter. 2 pieces of stationery came out. I don't know what stationery is. The first page had a magic circle drawn in it with something like blood. Whoa. If I asked Maria, she'd probably know what it meant. And there was writing on the other page. Have you made progress in solving the epitaph? In just a short while, your time will be up in a flash. The 9th twilight will begin soon. There was no mistake. It was a letter from Beatrice.
Oh, Butler. What is that?
When we came here just now, it was sitting right here. What happened, Maria? Huh? Butler, that letter. Wait, it was sitting right here. Why? Even though we checked it, make sure the room is locked. Why? Maria, come here. Aunt Rosa closed her eyes just a little, and after thinking silently for a moment, told Maria to come. Maria obeyed her mother's words. Actually did something unbelievable happened. Aunt Rosa pointed the barrel of the gun at me. What the fuck? Butler, I've concluded that you are a wolf. Why? When I came to the room just now, I saw that there was nothing at all on the table. And I know that Maria did not approach that table. We're talking about a short stretch of time. But the only one who claims to have approached the table and found the letter is you. How can you? Wait, that's all screwed up. Why did I put something like this here? Wait, I just found something suspicious and reported it, right? Why are you suspecting me? Because only you could have set that letter there. That's right, this is all a charade. You pulled an envelope from your pocket and then acted as though you just found it. To create the illusion that the witch entered a closed room, set down a letter, and left.
Battler's the culprit.
Battler's the culprit. Dumbass. Are you thinking like that again? Are you going to suspect me because of something like that? Cut it out. I'm only a fucking 18-year-old kid. My dad and everyone else were killed. Why would I take part in the culprit's scheme? It's not like I want gold or anything like that. I don't want money or anything. True. Even if you were offered a large sum of money, I don't want to believe in the existence of that sort of demon who could sell out their own parents. Then again, maybe such a demon does exist. No, that's a bad way to say it. What if you didn't do Rudolph and Kiri as your parents? What? Think about what you're saying. Dad is dad, right? Of course I'm not related to Kiri by blood, but she's like a big sister to me. No way in hell I'd let a comment like that slide, you bastard. Stop it. Stop saying. I'm sorry, that was a bad way to put it. True, is she or me a battler? Maybe Rudolph's child. But are you really that battler? Huh? What the hell are you talking about, you crazy bitch? Put the gun down. If I'm not Battler, who else do I look like? Oh shit, because of the 6-year time skip that she hasn't seen him. All of us, including Rudolph, are seeing you for the first time in 6 years. No one can prove that you really are Ushiro Miya Battler, right? Maybe you aren't Battler, but someone who snuck in, making a skillful bid to steal the wealth of the Ushiro family. Can you clearly prove that you're Ushiro Miya Battler? Right there, right here, now, right now? Cut it out, damn it. I'm me, Ushiro Miya Battler. If we're gonna suspect even things like that, are you really Ushiro Miya Rosa? I myself, no one else.
Is anybody really anybody? What if none of them are from the Ushiromiya family?
Oh no. Now we just opened a whole new can of worms. But also, I think Battler's Battler because he could interact with his cousins and shit in a way that he knew them kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's right. It's just as you say. I can't trust anyone but corpses and yourself. If you're gonna go that far, let me make an objection. George and the others were found dead, and Aunt Natsui's room was locked. George had the key to that room, right? And if by now I'm the only one with the master keys, you Aunt Rosa, right? Aren't you the only one who could have unlocked that room? My theory goes like this. You're in contact with the real culprit, and while I wasn't looking, you lent them one of the 5 master keys. I didn't do something like that. See, there are 5 of them here, right? As if that matters. You could have had them set in a prearranged spot and collected it, right? And were you the one who doubted whether they really were 5 master keys? So how do you suggest that someone other than yourself placed that letter there? Until you find proof someone else did it, you're a wolf. Shut up. Then why don't you show me some proof? How do you claim the culprit killed George and the rest in that closed room? How did they lock it?
That's exactly right. Natsui's room was exactly the same, just like usual. The door and windows were locked from the inside. There were no frauds or tricks, no means of secret passage, nor places in which to hide. Natsui's own key was in George's pocket, and the inside of the room was sealed off. Only the 5 master keys were left, and Rosa was holding all of them. And let me say this, the parlor's the same. The key to the parlor itself is sealed away in the servant room, so unlocking it without a master key is impossible. The definition of a closed room remains the same as always. Come on, now there's only one suspect. Or are you still playing innocent, Ushiromiya Battler?
Shut up. You shut up too. You're the one who should shut up. How do you claim the letter was placed here by anyone other than you? Unless you can prove such a thing happened, you're a wolf. If we can suspect me, then we can suspect you too, so try showing me some proof yourself. And anyways, weren't you the first person to enter this room and start checking the windows, Aunt Rosa? Then you guessed that I'd go back to where I'd been sitting and secretly put the letter there. It's possible for us to suspect that this is a trap of yours, right? Why would I use a trap like that? If I was a wolf, I'd shoot you with the gun without question. That proves nothing. Maybe you chose the roundabout way of setting a clever trap because you couldn't commit murder in front of Maria. All the master keys are in your hands. So what happened, both here and in the last room, was all you're doing, right? If you think you can talk her out of this, then let's hear your excuses. That's right, you've been suspicious from the start, Aunt Rosa. Why is that even though 6 adults in the family conference were killed, you were the only exception? Why were you the only one not in the chapel?
She was in the chapel.
She was in the chapel. There could be only one reason. You invited Dad and the rest there and killed them. Damn it. Damn it. That explains everything, doesn't it? What the fuck is... Don't fuck with me. I don't see any other dialogue. Stop saying things that don't make sense.
Yep, that's what it said.
That's what it says. Holy shit.
Stop it. You mustn't fight. Mama do, Valor do, stop it, stop it. It's no one's fault. It's not Valor's or Mama's fault. The witch did all of this. It was done with magic. It's no one's fault.
There's Maria with facts and logic again.
Facts and logic. Not really, because she's just a fucking kid. Maria thrust herself in between Aunt Rosa and me as the blood started to rise to our heads, and then fucking Rosa shot her in the fucking head. Just completely killed her body. It just fell to the ground lifeless and limp. I was taken aback by Maria's crying voice and returned to my senses. I had acted shamefully just now. My eyes filled with tears. That's right. It's all the witch's fault, isn't it? All this about keys and tricks and alibis. All of it was stupid. Even though it's the work of the witch, we weren't even able to trust each other as humans. Right, Aunt Rosa? From the beginning, there wasn't a human culprit. It was all the work of the witch. So there's no way you're the culprit, and there's no way Maria, Genji, or I am either. Why has it come to this? Why am I screaming at Aunt Rosa, who I loved?
Hello?
Why am I having this fight with the kind aunt I love so much? Why does everyone have to suspect each other? I'm not gonna suspect my aunt. I'm not gonna suspect anyone. It's all the work of the witch. It's all the work of Beatrice. Oh shit. The call went down. Hello, Liam. How are you doing?
Good. Your voice cut out, and then I think you accidentally hung up.
How the fuck would I hang up if I wasn't even touching my phone?
Well,
Weird.
it wasn't me, because it told me that you hung up.
Weird. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
I
my
didn't
phone,
fucking
my phone was still in the conversation and fine after you cut out. So I don't know how it happened, but
Huh. Weird.
okay, where are you?
It's all a crime that Beatrice committed with magic.
I'm not gonna suspect it's the work. It's a crime of Beatrice committed with magic. There you go.
There we go. It's all a crime that Beatrice committed with magic. Beatrice Please, show yourself here, and confess to us that you did everything. I'm sorry already. I'm sorry that we've suspected each other like this. So forgive us. Release us. Release us from this hell of suspecting each other until we see each other die. Give me my kind relatives and cousins back. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it all. You definitely exist. It's your victory. Show yourself. Oh, Beatrice. Beatrice.
Balor's starting to sound like Kinzo.
Beatrice. Show yourself, Beatrice. Beatrice. No. This is how Balor talks though.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Am I still alive?
Apparently, some time ago, Kinzo had fallen into a doze. That's why he's been sleeping this whole time. He searched for his spectacles and looked at the clock. It was 10 o'clock p.m.
Oh, it looks like I slept in, huh? The person's ceremony. Let's see how far it has progressed. It must have come quite far by this time.
Kinzo lifted his heavy body from the chair and approached the portrait of the witch that he had gazed at every day. That person's roulette.
Beatrice, very soon I will have a chance to be reunited with your smile. I care not if I die. If I can just see your smile one more time, I will not regret this life. So, for heaven's sake, let me meet with you one more time. Then let me swear my love to you. Let me apologize for my crimes. But I won't let you escape. You are mine. From your hair to your toenails and the dirt on your toenails, you are mine. Every fragment of your flesh is mine. Even the broth of your corpse is mine. I won't let you escape. This time you won't slip from my hands. I'll make you mine for all eternity. I will never let you escape a second time. I will never let you escape a second time.
Kinzo howled in rage, then suddenly fell to his knees as he shook and scraped at the wall. In an instant, he had started sobbing.
I can't see text. Oh, now I can, okay.
That's wrong. I didn't want to say something like this, Beatrice. Please, let me see you one more time. Even if you only let me apologize. Beatrice!
What a little bitch. You are my beloved yearned for. I was mistaken. If you would just smile, I wouldn't need anything else. I made a mistake. I made a mistake back then. I did something that cannot be taken back. In atonement, I offered all that remains of my life. In order to apologize to you, in order to atone for my crimes, I offered everything. Because even if it must happen as I die, at least let me apologize just once. Beatrice!
As Kinzo shook and cried, a butterfly appeared out of nowhere, behind his small back like a flake of gold leaf, and softly descended. You fool, Kinzo. Did you think any woman out there would fall for a man's tears? Well, even if it wouldn't make a human woman fall for you, it might do the trick for a woman who is not human. Kinzo, do you remember that game of chess you played with me, which is still ongoing? Kinzo, as though he had suddenly remembered something, approached the chess set. It was as it had been during the game he played with Nanjo until yesterday. After knocking all the pieces off the chessboard, he began to line them up again, one by one. It was a setup for an ongoing game.
That's right. Like this. I advanced my queen. That was quite a spectacular move. Perhaps it was a little too intense for you? I worried whether you'd abandon your piece or not. Worried for so long.
Kinzo waited, with the opposite seat empty. Surely, very soon, his opponent would appear there, and he would be able to restart this game again. You fool, Kinzo. You want to apologize? You want to see my face again? You want to make my smile an eternal thing? Why can't you say a much, much simpler word, even though that is the sole element of this world? At that time, Kinzo muttered. Was it a prayer? An entreaty? It was probably best to just call it muttering.
Beatrice. I love you,
Aww.
Beatrice.
They were pure words,
Fuck.
like something an innocent child would say, without any evil intent. You really are a fool, Kinzo. If you ever have the chance to do your life over again, know that those words will never cause a woman to fall for you. That's right. Not unless a miracle happens. That's what makes this.
Magic.
At that moment, Kinzo definitely heard a small knock, one with a tempo that differed from those of the servants.
Who is it?
The woman beyond the door didn't answer.
I'm asking who you are. Will you not answer?
The woman beyond the door didn't answer.
Could it be? Oh. Could it be? Beatrice. Beatrice. Beatrice.
The woman beyond the door answered. On the ninth twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. Oh.
Oh? What? It's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
Good. Fucking
Well,
better.
those other people must have done two at once then.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. But we're pretty close to the end.
Alright. I can keep going.
Yep, me too. Let's make this another one though. Let's stop
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Oh wait, what's
What?
it's going to Battler. That's who it'll be next. So
Yeah.
we'll be back soon with Battler. Okay, everybody.
Yay, Battler.
Bye.
Yay, Battler.